Proportion applications. Sarah's patient was admitted to the hospital for angina, chest pains due to a buildup of plaque in the heart's arteries. As one step in preventing a myocardial infarction, Sarah is going to prescribe the patient a total of 1,350 milligrams of Lipitor with the instructions of taking 15 milligrams of Lipitor each day. If there are 15 milligrams in one pill, how many pills will the patient need to fulfill the prescription? So to solve this scenario, we need to set up the proportion on our own. So before solving a proportion, we need to write out the fractions that are being compared. When we write out the fractions, we need to make sure to construct them so that each denominator will represent the same unit of measurement, and each numerator will represent the same unit of measurement. And then when plugging the information into these proportions, we need to keep the same ratios. So let's go back to our problem. Now, when we say that there's 15 milligrams of one pill, we're going to keep this on the same side of the proportion. So we would write 15 milligrams on top over one pill. And then this is for one side. But we also know that we have 1,350 milligrams that is being prescribed. So we would write that on the other side of proportion. So we would write that right here. And we don't know how many pills. So the X will represent the unknown. So now we can choose to do some cross multiplying in order to solve X. So we would go ahead and multiply. So now we multiply what is across from each other. So we would go 15 times X then is equal to 1,350 times 1. So to get X by itself, we would divide by 15 on both sides. So we get then we get 90 pills because we want to keep the same units. So here's our final answer. Now let's look at another example. Many healthcare professionals require that patients get an annual blood test to evaluate the overall health of the patient. In addition to providing a great deal of information about the patient's health, the blood tests are also able to determine if the patient has high cholesterol. This is how Tamara found out about her high cholesterol. Because of her high cholesterol, her doctor prescribed her Luscol to help reduce the buildup of plaque in her arteries. Tamara will need to take 20 milligrams each day. And if there's 20 milligrams in each pill and Tamara's doctor prescribed a total of 960 milligrams, how many pills will Tamara receive from the pharmacy? And so, in order to solve this, we're going to have to set up a proportion. So once again, let's put milligrams on top and pills on the bottom. So the first one we have is 20 milligrams per one pill. So this is one side of a proportion. Then on the other side, we'd have 960 milligrams over unknown number of pills. So we're going to keep X there. And now we can cross multiply. So we would multiply 20 times X times 960 times 1. So we would divide by 20 on both sides to get x by itself. And we can do this. We go 960 divided by 20 is equal to 48. And we would have 48 pills. So when using proportions to solve an equation, it's important to remember to write out the proportions so that the denominators have the same unit of measurement and the numerators have the same unit of measurement. Then we can cross multiply to solve.